Foundations is in full pre-release right now. We're going to do a couple videos, man. There are like 30 odd new commanders across the main set and the Jumpstart set. So let's talk about the most interesting ones. Now you guys may have different opinions on that. You may say, "Well, wait a second, you damn idiot. I don't like that one." Well, that's fine, dude. Keep your opinions with your latent sexual weirdness in the damn closet, brother. Or let your freak flag fly on the Patreon, man. It's a safe space, dude. We post military secrets, the codes for hacking the voting machines, and pictures of Epstein's kitchen in there, and on our Discord. If you want to support the channel, click that join button below. You get early videos and OnlyFans pics of my knuckles too, brother. And of course, the anime style is back with Ophelia, Viper, Whisperer, 1 in a black, legendary creature, Gorgon Assassin. It's a 1/3, has Death Touch. Whenever this thing attacks, you may pay 1 and a hybrid black-green. If you do, create a 1/1 black snake creature token with Death Touch. Also has 4 and a black until end of turn. Whenever one or more Gorgons and or snakes you control deal combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life, rounded up. So what you want to do is make this chick unblockable, or one of your snakes unblockable. Combo that with Wound Reflection, you're probably in pretty good shape. There's also some demons that do the same thing, basically. I mean, this commander does have to pay that 5 mana for the second ability, so I think it's fairly balanced, but I can see this being a very mean deck, dude. Don't forget, she's a Gorgon too, man. She gets in for damage, dude. You pay that 5. Toasty. And of course, my sweet Zimone, the Paradox Sculptor. So this is 2 green-blue. Legendary creature, human wizard. It's a 1/4. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. Has a green-blue tap, double the number of each kind of counter on up to 2 target creatures and or artifacts you control. I did a little video on this guy, and it's an interesting commander. You can get into some combo loops with Magistrate Scepter, all kinds of weird artifacts out there. It's a better commander than Varel, and that's better commander, dude. Look at this guy, Dionysus, the Elvish Archdruid, 3 and a green, a legendary creature, Elf Druid. It's a 3/3. Elves you control have, whenever this creature becomes tapped during your turn, untap it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. This ability triggers only once each turn. This doesn't look super powerful, but trust me, it is. Doubles your Elf Ball mana production, or lets them attack after you activate Azuri 5 times. It's a great enabler, although I'm not sure I'd slap in the command zone, but it could definitely do some work there too with all those little elvish mana dorks. You got the Mare of Destiny out here. Come on, man, this is Turd, brother, or Turid. I don't know, there's a lot of Swedish words in here. 2 white, legendary creature, Pegasus. It's a 2/4, has flying and lifelink. Whenever you cast a Pegasus, unicorn, or horse creature spell, copy it. The copy becomes a token. So other Pegasus, unicorn, and horses you control get +1/+1. You get a little anthem, some doubling out there. Listen, if this was dragons, man, I'd be all about it. But it's interesting if you're a 6-year-old girl and you want to build your first commander deck, this is the way to go. Unfortunately, this lords some pretty unsupported tribes, man. There just aren't enough of them out there. Not enough that you're going to have a coherent deck, because they all do different things. I'm sure this has to be said with some type of Swedish accent or something. Hjurska, the Swed Tooth. Sweet Tooth, not Swed Tooth. It's 2 and a green, legendary creature, bear. It's a 3/3. Whenever this thing attacks, create a food token. Not bad. Whenever you gain life, you may pay a hybrid green-white. When you do, target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the amount of life you gained. Oh lordy. Reminds me of Treebeard a little bit, but not quite as good, man. Stack big tramplers, life gain effects, and you're in the money, dude. Very simple to build. It's Winnie the Pooh, dog. You know, we get down in the 7-acre wood. You know we do. Then you got Taekwondo out here, the Patient Avalanche. He's got those martial arts, brother. 3 and a blue, legendary creature, Turtle Ninja. It's a 4/5. I can't even figure out what's going on in the art. This guy enters tapped. Whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it didn't die, scry 1 and put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. Whenever he attacks, you may pay a hybrid black-blue. When you do, target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. Excellent ninjutsu enabler, bounce enabler, blink enabler. If you can get infinite blink with Deadeye, Peregrine Drake, you can get this arbitrarily huge and knock out your foes. Seems like a great card, man. I dig this card a lot. Look at this thing. Cleon, the Merry Champion. 2 and a red, legendary creature, human soldier. It's a 2/2, has double strike, and also heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Cleon, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until end of your next turn. Bro, I love stuff like this, man. This is a Bonkers or a Voltron commander, dude. Cast those combat tricks out there. It's one of those legends that you build a deck around and stuff hanging out in your bulk bin, and it slaps everybody silly. Look at this guy, Slena, the Spike Stampede. It sounds like something you call somebody that you see on the streets. Get out of here, you Slena. 4 and a green, legendary creature, beast. It's a 5/5. Beast spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Each other beast creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. When this guy or another creature with power 4 or greater enters, you may pay 1 hybrid red-green. That gruel mana, dude. When you do, Slena fights target creature you don't control. This is a great fight commander. You got 300 beasts in these colors. Lots of good ones, too. And you can use mana reduction for each one to come in and fight. Keep the board clear. I think this card is sneaky good, man, and very easy to build. Oh my gosh, you got the Viceroy of Plunder out here, Everth. 2 and a black, legendary creature, vampire soldier. It's a 2/2 with flying. Sacrifice another creature artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on it. If the sacrifice permanent was a treasure, Everth gains lifelink until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. So when it dies, you may pay 1 and a hybrid black-red. If you do, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. So this is Rakdos Aristocrats, man. It's an interesting card because you don't see many sacrifice outlets in the command zone in these colors. You amass an army of small dudes, right? Get your aristocrats out there, Zulaport, stuff like that. Sack the whole mess, draining with Zulaport and friends. Then sack this thing to another sacrifice outlet, ping everybody down. Seems like a lot of fun. I did a video on this guy, Niv Mizzet the Visionary. I was going to say missionary, dude, but that's a whole different position, brother. 4 blue and a red, a legendary creature, dragon wizard. It's a 5/5 with flying. You have no maximum hand size. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. I did a whole video on this. There are combo lines, there are all kinds of things you can do. Double damage, double dip into drawing cards. I like it, but it is a bit busted. Then we got General Creed out here. This guy's bringing the bolts. 2 and a red, a legendary creature, goblin soldier. It's a 2/2. Whenever one or more goblins you control attack, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. Whenever another creature you control enters, General Creed the Bolt Bringer deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's pretty bonkers, man. Stack this effect, make lots of goblins. You have Impact Tremors, Agate Instigator, Witty Roastmaster, Perforos, and just make as many goblins as you can, man. It's simple, it's effective. I like this in the command zone. It's a goblin creating machine, and it's a goblin. You don't have to turn to Perforos for this type of deck. Oh, Loot is back, dude. The Exuberant Explorer, 2 and a green, legendary creature, Beast Noble. It's a 1/4. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Come on, man. Has 4 green, tap it. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control. From among them, put it onto the battlefield, dude. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. It's mono green landfall, dude. That first line of text is great. Just plop out lands and you get a bit of card advantage, maximum ramp, and landfall effects. I really like this, man. Too bad it's a squirrel with genetic abnormalities. The head is a little too big. These hyper cute characters, it's just too much for me, man. Alusha, who laughs at fate. 1 black and a red, legendary creature, human warrior. It's a 2/2, has first strike. Whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Has raid. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to Alusha's power from your graveyard to the battlefield. They're bringing back the raid, dude. Now contrast this with the initial Alusha. No white color identity, 1 less power. But you can get much bigger creatures back, the original being limited to getting creatures with power 2 or less back to the battlefield. You also have to pay 2 mana, you know. And the Fate Laugher over here has to wait until end step, but it's free. It's a super interesting commander. I definitely dig it, man. There are other ways to increase the power too. You know, you don't have to worry about the +1/+1 counters. You can suit it up, get that equipment out there. It's also a warrior, you know, so you have that obsidian axe. I dig it. I think it's going to be popular too. So that's what I think out there, brother. Overall, and somewhat expected with Jumpstart, we get some simple commanders that are powerful. Monocolored, 2-colored commanders that are pretty powerful and easy to build. I really like these sets, man. Nothing too bonkers, except maybe the old Niv Mizzets out there. Like I said last video, man, you guys gotta respect each other, dude, even if you don't agree, all right? If things aren't going well for you right now, just cleave to the people that you love, brother. Cleave means you get in there and you just hug them tight. That's it, man. Agree on love. That's better, Commander, dude. Nikki G signing off.